Look at that. We started on time.
Yeah.
Hi, folks. It's the show that 12 of you watch. It's Vintage Voltron.
But a lot of them
Yeah.
watch it afterwards, though. I've noticed that.
The ticks go up afterwards. People, the
Yeah.
word gets out that the latest, greatest lost episode. The only show that people forget every time is a show on my channel. We need to get Azurval back.
Oh
That's
my
when we
god,
were rolling.
I miss that
I
dude
miss
so
that dude
much.
too. The retro board. He would come back if we could schedule something ahead of time. He said that
Oh,
because I reached
oh,
out to him either the last time or the time before that because you said we should reach out to him again. I did reach out to him. He said, "Yeah, just let me know ahead of time." You know, he's totally laid back. He's a totally cool guy. I just love talking to that guy.
I'm sad to
And then
think
of
he
course,
probably went to PAX and I didn't go this last year, and I'm sad.
no,
Missed my chance.
he's a good guy. And
Yeah.
of course, we got to get Luke back on here.
Oh yeah, he's available. He's around. He's around.
He's available, ladies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I did talk to him after I talked to you. I
Heck
did
yeah.
talk to him. And then, of course, I want to see Mark again. Mark,
Oh man.
pounding out the vintage videos.
And the painting and all the other stuff, man. He's been busy, and so's Luke though. I know he hasn't been doing videos of his painting, but like he's been painting a lot. He painted all of Return to Dark Tower, and I don't care if that's a spoiler because if you're watching this, you deserve a spoiler. That's a lot of miniature. That's like probably 100 minis. It's
I
absurd.
know that's his number one game of all time right now.
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah, it's
Beating the
too
new.
it's too nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm sure he'll make that review and it'll be awesome. But Mark did that review. I don't know if you saw the last one, the Gator or whatever, and it wouldn't stand up. And I was like, dude, I cannot watch this. It is annoying me that you keep showing how it keeps tipping over. I know that's annoying. I would hate that.
Yeah.
The man has all the patience in the world. But anyway,
He's been hunting that for a while too. He wasn't trying to reveal that name for a bit, but he's been looking for it for a while. I think it's like a childhood game or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he's still finding stuff I've never heard of. So that's really good. Good on him.
Yeah.
We've been playing a few games lately. We like to talk about what we played. You were talking about Big Thunder Mountain.
Yeah, Disney's Big Thunder Mountain. Honestly, it was just there to when I went downstairs, I was the first one that kind of stood out as a game I've played quite a bit as of late. The mechanism's great. The mountain is 3D, which I love. And when I first saw it, I'm not big Disney fan, so nothing against Disney. I like a lot of their stuff. I don't buy things because of Disney. Like that doesn't like anchor my thought. I know there's people out there that like will see Disney and that'll be all they care about kind of thing. So I wasn't drawn in by the theme. I was drawn in by the look of the game and I was just completely blown away. The game design is super original from what I've played. So it's great. Very big fan.
Yeah, marbles.
Yeah. Marbles
You
come
have a
down the
weakness
mountain.
for marbles.
Yeah. It's
Fireball
nice.
Island.
Yeah, right. Yeah, fair. I see the trend. You're right.
Now I also see. I played, and I just told you this. And I traded out my old Palaces of Carrara board game. I got the newer version in. The rules I heard had changed a little bit, but they've changed a lot. They've changed for the better. And I wasn't going to review this game, but I think I will eventually. I just played it for the first time, the new version for the first time, so may try to get a few more plays in before I review it. But it's a step above. I mean, the base game was fun too, but the second edition that came out a few years ago was pretty good too. And I noticed they've been making reprints of a lot of these games that have been out of print for a while, so good on them. But Palace's Crawl was a lot of fun. I played Celestia. Have you played that one?
Oh, I love that game.
It's a great game.
I love that game. Best take that game for people that aren't gamers too, because it's so easy to grasp and it's pretty, and they get hooked very quickly. I've learned.
So my nephew was playing, and he had a tell. Whenever it was his turn, if he had the cards, he'd be shuffling through them to kind of put them together to get ready to play them, and look at me and tell me if I was ready, if I wanted to. And if he didn't have me, he would not move his cards and go, "Are you going to jump?" And I go, "Yep." And then I was killing him. And then about midway through, he broke away. What's this?
No, board games. But the reference is correct.
We were a long time ago. We tried to think about something that said vintage, and I like Voltron,
Yeah.
even though the original cartoon was great. I used to be an official card member back in the day. But it's about board games, usually vintage, but if you go about anything.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I can't remember where I was. I got distracted by Voltron.
Oh yeah, you were talking about.
Oh yeah. So my nephew had a tail. Well, then he does this, and I say, I'm jumping. So I jump. He goes, good, and he does this. I say, oh, you had it. He went, yeah. I just realized what I was doing. He realized about his tail. He was wondering how I always knew when to jump out of the ship, and then he realized what he was doing. That's pretty smart to realize your own tail.
That's how you come up in the game. That's great.
And to make insult to injury, he had a ton of special cards. He had those reroll die. He had the ignore one die. He had all I have the promo cards. There's only 4 of them where you can search through the discard pile to grab a card. He had 2 of those in his hand, played both, and he made it so far up. He didn't make it to the top, but he made it second to the top, and he won because he got so many points that last round. He got 51. And I was at 47, sadly.
I was right there twice. I've gone through the island twice.
As far as I know, I've only done it once. And it felt like, regardless of whether you win or not, that's a game where if you make it all the way to the top, everyone high fives. That's why you should buy the expansion A Little Help. Because it has those hands that you can help out someone. Because now he knows it's in the deck. He went, can anyone help me? He'll say that, because he's about to say, and everyone starts groaning, because they got fooled.
That's funny.
I had one that I had all the great ones, though. I had a one where I tied the ship down, so he had to restart again. I had one that kept him in the boat, I had another one that made him the captain, so I jumped ship. I love how it's very limited, the cards they can have, but the ideas that they came up with, the special powers, it's a genius game.
It's so much fun. And my favorite, and the reason why we were able to get around twice, where my rolls were so insane. There was one where I think I rolled 6 blank, and like I was just hitting blanks left and right. It was so crazy. That was a ton of fun. I love that game. That's high on my list of games to play with new players, because it's a non-gamer gamer. Yep.
It's easy to teach. It's so much fun. Absolutely love it. All right, Kickstarter, games found. You back in anything? Because I know we're back in the same thing.
Yeah.
Carnival of Chaos.
Yep.
I got the Thunder Road Maximum Chrome Edition. I can't wait for it to come in. I remember you were telling me about this. Is back when my babies were just born. I just didn't have the money to spend on it. So now the reprint's out. I'm definitely getting it. Everyone I've talked to, including you, have said it's one of the games where you don't care if you win, just as long as you create as much chaos as you can, much damage. And that tells me it's a super fun game. It's a super fun, and it looks fairly simple. I mean, as a restoration game goes, I don't think anyone should be intimidated, because I think restoration games has that, and Funko games, they have that perfect balance. A game's strong enough for board gamers, regular board gamers, but easy enough for newcomers to understand. And Funko games no, go ahead.
Yeah, the only game that I think was intimidating for me at first was Return to Dark Tower. I remember doing the
that one is a little bit big. That's too big for me.
It is super easy to play when you know the rules. It's very easy. But I remember doing the the test play where they had some content creators sitting around and playing, and I remember like they were trying to figure out who goes first, and I'm thinking to myself, I hope they don't pick me because I didn't understand a single thing you just told me. And I just kind of looked over at what people were doing. I was like, I think I should do this. And then the guy's like,
Yeah.
it would also benefit if you do this. I was like, okay. And
Okay, I'll do that.
yeah, it was rough because I was so excited to just be at that table to play the game at that time. But it's very easy. But that's probably the most intimidating game just because there's a lot of components from them.
I'm excited for it. Another thing I'm excited for that I think is coming out next month. I don't remember, but I think Marvel United Multiverse. Finally, I think that Kickstarter is finally coming out next month.
Yeah.
And if it was anyone else, I'd just go ahead and call it delayed till December. But this is CMON. They could have it on my doorstep tomorrow. You know,
they're the Kickstarter masters, that's for sure.
They are the masters, and I cannot wait for that one. That's going to be a super fun one to play. I even backed the Dice Tower because they have those 2 Marvel United promo packs. I keep forgetting to ask someone at Gen Con to pick those stupid packs up for me.
Yeah, I wanted to go to Gen Con, but man, such a hike right now. I really want to go back once because they do they do tournaments there, and I'd love to play in some of those tournaments.
I would love to go to BGG Spring Con. A lot of friends I know are going this year, and I cannot go. It sucks. I really want to go. I really want to go. But
next year we in there.
Yeah, if I still had the game group, maybe. But I can't be looking at too many new games to get.
Yeah, I hear that.
Games are going to be harder to get to the table as the weeks go by. But I did back something else just recently. They reprinted a game that I was looking at, and then I started seeing it for sale. And not only that, but I saw it for sale cheaper than usual, and that is an instant tell that it's back on Kickstarter. It's back on Kickstarter. So, oh, look at this.
Sherwood Forest.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. See, the thing is, Scout's your name. I got tired of people's reviews by when they skip the setup or they just don't tell you how to play the game. And so I made those reviews originally for my gaming group so they could watch those reviews before coming to game night. But thank you. Because some of the games don't even have a review, or a lot of them don't have good reviews. Some of the games I have. I can't remember what game I have that had terrible reviews. And I made one. I'm like, you know what? I finally made a review that made sense. I can't remember which game that is. Not like my shelf's all the way over here, but thank you, sir. You're catching our quarterly live stream.
Yeah.
For board games.
Last time I was in Vegas, was it? It might have been one after before that.
Maybe so. I can't remember. But anyway, the next one I backed on a Kickstarter was Plants Unknown. And when you see a game you've been wanting that's selling everywhere now at a lower price, check Kickstarter because it's probably back up. And everyone's trying to buy the new version. And sure enough, it's back up. I late pledged it, I think. It's got a Lazy Susan, and the first player turns it. There's a bunch of Tetris pieces on it, and you turn it. Yeah. And so you turn this Lazy Susan to wherever you want to grab a piece, and everyone else has to grab a piece that's in front of them on that Lazy Susan. And these Tetris pieces come in different shapes, sizes, and colors. And depending on the colors you picked, those are the colored tracks you will go up on. The tracks can give you special abilities, Land Rover movement, which kind of help you out in the game, collect points. They can give you special abilities or victory points or what, it's basically so the colors you pick also matter, as well as piecing together and kind of exploring this world. And in Tetris, you're getting victory points for completed rows, So the piece, the size, and the colors all matter. and there's different paths to victory. And I love that type of game. And this one came out with like a small expansion. It's like Moons or something. And I was like, I don't care. I'll take it. And so I
Looks
got it all really cheap for the price of one first edition deluxe. This is what they're selling it. So that's why someone's trying to sell his first edition deluxe so he could back this new version.
That's funny.
But I was keen on it, and I went ahead and backed it. I think that's on Games Found. Now that I think about it, I don't think that's Kickstarter, but
Looks good.
I rarely back them. But I knew Maximum Chrome. I told you a long time ago when they bring that back, I'm on for Maximum Chrome because it looks so sweet. Have you played as the big rig or the motorcycles in that game, or have you just played with the cars, regular cars?
I've played with the motorcycles. I don't know if I played with the big rigs. I don't. I think I was playtesting with someone when they were doing playtests, but I know one of my group played it in our game, and that was fun. That was a ton of fun. So I played everything in terms of like scenario wise, but I've never gotten a full 5. I've only played 4. I've played 1 2-player game, and that's kind of crazy.
There's 2 games I'd love to play with the max amount.
Oh,
that I haven't yet. Spartacus is one. I played with 6, but you can play with 7. Playing with 6 was one of the best experiences of my life because there's way more backstabbing. If you're in the lead, everyone turns on you. It's great. It's great. And if there's a tie, those tied players are fending off the other players. It's just this mad dash to victory, and it's just so thematic.
The other one's Firefly.
9, or now you can play 10, right, with the expansion.
I don't remember. I don't have mine yet. I don't have mine yet.
By the way, we both got that deluxe big box sweetness edition. I have not played my copy. Have you?
I don't have it yet. So I ended up, I guess at the time that they charged shipping, I switched cards. And I didn't know because I got an email confirming it. But when I reached out to them, I paid for it. So I paid for it because I went in and I saw that I had a few that I wanted to make sure that got paid for. It's just I paid for it after the normal time frame. So it's going out in a second wave. So I'll get mine after Europe does. I should have it in another week.
Okay.
I'm okay.
It looks gorgeous. Yeah, it looks gorgeous. I love it. I thought, do I really need this just for that little extra? And the extra expansion that comes with it is not much. It's not much, but it doesn't have to be, because having a big box carry around everything is just excellent. I now have 1, 2, 3, 4 big boxes to carry my games around in. I am all about the big box now.
Agreed.
I think that's just great. I think it's just great. I have one for Wingspan. I just got one for my zombies games, which I love. It feels so good to have all of them in one instead of carrying around in multiple boxes. Now I'm just carrying around one big one. Carcassonne, got that one earlier this year and stuffed it with all the expansions. that one's just an empty box. I had to pull out the inserts.
You need one for Marvel United. Yeah.
Dude, if Simon made one, I'd probably get it, but that would be as big as my child.
It'd be a Marvel United chest. It would just have to be wood because how heavy it would be.
Shoot, it'd be insane. Yeah, you'd have to get a forklift to carry it around. Seriously, though, Multiverse, I'm excited about. I looked over the pledge again earlier this week because I'm excited. I know it's supposed to be coming soon, but those are the ones I've got there. Like I said before, I'd love to go to BGG SpringCon, but just can't and probably shouldn't because I don't want to. I'm trying to slow down on the buying. If it's an expansion or a little promo, I'm still getting promos and mini expansions and stuff like that. Stuff like that for my games. But I'm trying to avoid making any big purchases right now since game time is limited. And it's sad because this summer I'm going to try, even if I have to take the day off, There's someone who watches this channel who's a fan of my board game reviews, and we found out he lives like 30 minutes down the road, down this highway, actually 30 minutes away. And he's a doctor, a teacher of he teaches mechanics or something, mechanical engineering. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I know. He's a mechanical engineer professor at the college over there. And so we exchange numbers. I'll talk to him every once in a while. Of course, right now he's busy with class and everything. But once summer gets out, he'll be open, and you'll be happy to know this. He has Return to Dark Tower, and he loves it, and he wants me to play it.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah, you need
to
call.
We were supposed to get together over Christmas, but it was way too crazy for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't play nothing like Food Chain Magnate with him. He probably has all the math.
Hey, there he is.
Oh, this is.
Did I get it right? It's mechanical engineering, right? Just outed him. But yeah, it's something like that. It's something super smart. But yes. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait this summer, Kelly, even if I have to, yeah. And the good one too. Even if I have to take the day off and go visit him during the day in the summer, I'm going to do that. I know it's crazy for him right now until school gets out, and it's crazy for me right now too, but this summer I'm going to do that. And I don't know what else you have, Kelly. You have to let me know, but yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Return to Dark Tower. I'm excited for you to play, and you'd be like, dude, you were right. No,
I agree with you. It's one of those games I have to play because when I watch it, I just don't get it. I told you this,
Yeah.
But I'm not opposed to not playing something, I mean, you could put any game in front of me. I'd say, okay, but I really don't like Ticket to Ride. And I really don't like Seven Wonders.
I've never played Ticket to Ride. Seven Wonders and Splendor, I can't ever play those games. I might buy the Pokemon Splendor just to try to change things up because some very wise mathematic genius proved to me that there's a lot of holes in Splendor and there's a lot of holes in what do you call it? What is that game called? You bought it. You have those little round discs with the head, and you leave one when you want to move to another spot. You know what I'm talking about? There's a coffee expansion for it.
Istanbul.
Yes. Well, if you do the base setup for it, there's a few places you can't have near each other. And he said, you probably don't want to put these together. I was like, well, this is how the base set. He said, fine. He showed me that there's a broken mechanic if you do the base set.
Yeah, I've read about that. There's certain tiles that need to be kept together because they'd be too strong of a combo.
Yeah.
But with the expansion, making things bigger and longer, I think it's perfect because you can have. Honestly, when last time we played it with everything, and I will never not play that. Like I won't play with the base game ever again. I have to have everything because we were going after different gems different ways.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, it was just and it was so much fun. Istanbul's a great game.
I love the design a lot.
Splendor, I love. Now, I've been incorporating some Cities of Splendor in there. I don't think that's a good expansion. It's just a bunch of modules you can play.
Oh, I just played base. I just played the base. I didn't play anything else.
Yeah, the base is fine. The modules changed it up a little bit. I did get the Golden Deals mini expansion for Century Spice Road. They have sleeves for your cards now, and you put these inserts into the sleeves, these clear inserts, and they add special abilities at the bottom of each card.
That's tight.
And to get that Golden Deal, you have to discard a card from your hand to put it in your hand, to grab it and take the golden to take the special ability. And at first I thought that doesn't seem interesting, but we played it and it totally changes the game. Because for a while you'll pick a few cards, but after a while you won't pick any of the cards that are out there because they're not good. And so the deck just kind of becomes shallow because you're just trying to win with the combinations you have.
Mm-hmm.
But now, let me pick up this worthless card because next time I'm going to get rid of it so I can get that golden deal, or use the card here and discard in my hand to get that golden deal. And you go through cards a lot faster, and so you play a lot more, and you go through the bottom deck of cards a lot better. And they have it to where you can play it with any combination, and it really changes the game up. At first, I didn't know if it did, but Board Game Geek Store just got it this past month, and I said, I gotta try this out. So I did.
Splendor
really
Killer.
matter. Say what?
Splendor Killer. I think that's what they compared it to, right?
Everyone calls it the Splendor Killer, and I said it's not. And then last year, everyone saw me. I ranked Sentry above Splendor for the first time ever. And yeah, it may still beat, because of this Golden Deals mini expansion, it'll probably beat Splendor again. But I still love Splendor. With the Cities of Splendor, there's a few different cards and modules I would play with that I think make the game fun. So I'd probably throw in some Cities of Splendor. I don't think it's necessary to have, but I do love the game Splendor. I think it's a lot of fun. So yeah, I don't think the one game I steered away from that everyone said was broken, and Michael watches my channel and he told me this. He said that Stefan Feld's Forum Trajan is broken. I don't know. It's one of the Feld games. I was like, well, let me try it out. He went, don't get it, dude. It's broken. I was like, okay.
I think Everdell's broken. I think Everdell's broken. I had a gaming group here, super excited to play it, talking about it's their favorite game, and I was telling them I didn't like it. And they said, well, why don't you show us? And I showed them what the 2-card combo does, and it just completely ruins the game. There's 2 cards in the game that it's almost impossible to lose.
Yeah. I played it, and I was not impressed.
Yeah, I was not impressed. A lot of dead cards in the game too.
My old gaming group loved the game. They even have one of the expansions. Pearl. Oh no, I think they bought 2 or 3 expansions now, and that's fine. It's a very pretty game.
Well, it's beautiful.
It's got good pieces, but it's not, in my opinion, it's not that good of a game. It's like they brought, and I'm so glad they brought this, Honey Buzz. I've been wanting to play that game. It's okay, but I found a way to win almost every time. I would never do, and I even told them afterwards, I said, why wouldn't your first strategy be to unlock every bee in your hive and then do every move known to man and win? Because that's what I did. I just focused on freeing up all my workers. I got to do more actions every round and just ran the gamut with everyone. So it's a very, very pretty game with pretty art, with pretty pieces, and it's trying to disguise the fact that it's not that good of a game. You know, whereas there's other games out there that I think, I don't know, just do a better job.
There's a game I want to buy. I've been looking at a lot lately. Isle of Cats. It had so much hype around it, and I was just like, I'm gonna stay away. And the more I'm starting to enjoy tile placement games, because I still play freaking King Domino a lot. I still play the
King Domino's fun.
The boss one. Is it Boss Monster? No, yeah, I think it's Boss Monster.
Yeah, you like Overlord, right?
That's what it was.
Yeah, you love Overlord.
That was
a spinoff of Boss Monster.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
He said, have you played Orleans? That sounds familiar.
Yes, I have. I have played Orleans. In fact, Kelly, the Plague expansion is available at Miniature Marker. I already pre-ordered it from Gamer Nerds, who for some reason doesn't have it, even though it's in stock everywhere else. So my copy should be coming in. And Orleans is great. It's a bag builder game. It's so much fun. I love that game. Okay, that's probably one of my top 10 games. I think it was in my top 10 last year. Usually is up there. Definitely close to the top 10. Of the games I've recently reviewed, I got off my Carcassonne kick a few weeks ago. Coffee Rush. Have you seen this game? It's super cheap. It's got beautiful art, beautiful components, and you're basically a barista trying to fulfill coffee orders. But whenever any other player fills a coffee order, you get more orders that push your orders down. And eventually, if they get pushed off your board, then you lose those customers. And when someone loses 5 customers, the game's over. So the game gets busier and busier as you keep getting stacked upon order upon order. And it's got this great coffee theme. It's an excellent game. When I reviewed it, I was timid to say if it was in my top 100. But as I keep playing this game, it may be a top 50 game even. I don't know. It's just a really fun game.
You reminded me. There's been a game that has been it was supposed to have come out like years ago, and I guess some delays. It could have been with COVID, and finally, I guess it came out. I hadn't kept up with it in a while till you said something. But it's called Steam Up. You ever heard of that game? It's a
Steam Up.
it's
Oh,
a
yes.
it's a dim
Yeah.
sum game. It's so cool. The pieces look amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, that's so cool.
That's like sushi roll.
Oh, I did not like. Well,
No, I
I
mean
didn't
those
play
are sushi
sushi roll.
rolls. What are those supposed to be?
Oh, these are seafood. Yeah, so like dim sum is like an array of different. I don't know if it's only in Vietnamese culture. I want to say it is because there's one we go to in Philly where it's just an abundance of different seafoods. Um, yeah, and
I,
dumplings. It's pretty cool.
yeah. Also, in my recent reviews, I reviewed Ex Libris, which is so much fun. I got rid of Anthemium a long time ago, but this game, this Magic library building game with cards, is so much fun.
Mm.
And I couldn't believe that my gaming group has had this game for over a year and never told me about it.
Hmm.
I found it on my own without them. And then the last game I reviewed was Cape May, and it doesn't get any good reviews or love anywhere. But I don't know how I found it, but I was like, oh, that looks interesting. So I tried it, and of course, what got me interested is that Tom Bassel said it was terrible. So that means I'll probably like it. And so I got a copy. I even bought the mini expansion for it because I mean, this game, me and my buddy played it a couple of times that night, and I went, this just gets better and better. Because the thing that confused Tom Bassel is why are there one-way streets? Why do you have to go one way here? Why, if your character moves here on this street, you have to keep continuing your movement, or get off at one of the intersections. But I want to go back up. Why can't I go back up? And I was like, dude, they have the one-way street, so you'll move across the board. If they didn't have that, you'd be tempted just to build houses in the one section where you start on. It wouldn't make any sense to move. But the game does force you to move a little bit here and there, but it gives you bonuses too. It's such a great game, and it's really good looking. I mean, you should see the pieces of this game too. It looks really nice. Oh wait, hold on.
Kitchen Rush. I'm
Kitchen
familiar.
Rush.
You play that, right? Are you
I
the one?
played it. Yeah. I played it. I thought it was okay, but it wasn't. It wasn't. I mean, it's Hospital Rush is the same thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a good idea, but I was like, I played it once. I was good. I was good with it. Now, I don't know if that game has expansions or whatnot, but it is neat because you're trying to flip timers over and flip timers over here to try to get that and that. And it's up to you to watch all those sand timers because if one runs out, you're still on the clock. You got to make sure that person's being put to good use. The sand timers are your pawns in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So it is unique in a sense. But I played it once. I was like, I'm good. Not a game I need to own. I mean, but decent.
Now Kickstarters. I haven't backed anything recent, but in August I should be getting Worms the board game. I'm excited. That's cool. And this I think I backed this for $1 because I wasn't sure yet. I wasn't sure how I felt about it, but it looks cool. It's called Dracula's Curse. The pieces look really good. I'm trying to pull up a nice one that kind of drew me in. I guess the main one really looks cool.
Kelly, I'm just counting down the days till my kids get old enough to start playing games with me, even the vintage games. What is this one? I'm sorry, show it again.
Yeah, it's called Dracula's Curse.
No.
It doesn't seem like a whole lot, but the artwork and the mechanism, kind of reading up on how the game design is, it looks really unique. And I love Dracula, so it wasn't that hard of a sell for me.
Yeah.
Art style is really cool. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Carnival of Chaos is the last thing I've backed. So
Carnival of Cat. Yeah. Planet Unknown was the last thing I backed. Hello. But I still got a list of games I want to get played. Just got some. I can at this moment. There are some. My wife will still play vintage games every once in a while, so still got some vintage games into play. And in a way, I did get one expansion to a vintage game this year. I finally got Screwball Scramble Level Up. Have you played it?
I can't do those. Those games are just frustrating to me.
Bonkers good. We hooked all three of them up together. Insane. I can't remember. I said it in the review, but I went through all three levels in 2 minutes and 11 seconds or something. And I think that is a world record.
Luke needs to tell you the name of that cube or sphere thing that he has.
Yeah, the one he reviewed in his last ball bearing week one.
No, this one he hasn't reviewed because it's too frustrating and he's given up a lot on it. He thinks about it and gets mad. So I was like, man, if Matt found that game and did a video beating it, he would be heated. Oh man, because he said that's the most frustrating he's ever played. So it's kind of funny. Yeah, I'm not the ball bearing. I'm not a puzzle.
Screwball Scramble is a good ball bearing game. And my nephew, that out of all the games in my collection, Screwball Scramble is number one for him. Number one. He loves. We stayed up, till 2 in the morning or something playing that game. We were having so much fun, and it was a lot of fun. And man, but Level Up is good. I still hope they continue to make them. I don't know what else they could do at this point. Level Up was different because now the board is vertical, and that made things different. But I don't know how much better it could be. But that's a good one. That's going to impact my ranking of vintage games. And my little girls have played a few with me. Some of the roll and move ones easy. And my wife has sat down and played a few. So maybe I can sit down and get some vintage games played.
Or Escape.
She did play Escape with me last week.
Oh,
she
nice.
forgot about the game, and I made her sit down and play a few with me because she was the one that played through all the levels with me the first time I reviewed the game.
Yep, I remember.
She was determined to beat every level, and so we did together. But that game is super fun. You can make it as hard or easy as you want. Oddly enough, the Sand Timers expansion and Escape, I hate that one. If I uncover that room, I just turn around. I try somewhere else.
The worst expansion is when you tip the box on its side. That's the worst. Everything falls. That thing is not designed.
Oh yeah. I have to lay it flat.
That is terrible. I did that by accident when I was carrying it. And I just wanted to cry because putting it all in its place is a nightmare.
Yeah, it can be a mess. But she did play Escape with me a couple of times. And it's been so much fun because the last time I played Escape, the last few years, I don't think I played Escape to Curse the Temple. I played Escape Zombie City because my nephews love it because it's super scary to hear the bell gong and then all the snarling zombies. And I'll be honest, it's cool music, man. That is heart pumping music. You are screaming trying to get in. And there's like a scream, a closing door with a chain dragging. And it's so good.
is very good. That and
But
Escape is good too, because at first you're kind of calm and then it starts speeding up and you're like, oh wait.
yeah, but we've had a really good time with it. I want to. She said we could sit down and play more of the expansions too on it. But yeah, Escape is, man. That's a game if I got to play more of would rank higher on my list. That and I think Alhambra, the tile placing game. I've only played those expansions once. During my review, we sat down and we combined a bunch of expansions together in a ton of games. And that was the only time I ever played with them. And I want to play with the expansions again. And one half of my gaming group said they'd sit down for a whole night and play different versions of Alhambra with me. And I was so happy. But now that won't happen.
Yeah, Escape would be a top probably 10 game for me if more people liked it.
Yes. Now
I
that's
they hate feeling like they're working out because the game is a workout. You were
it
standing
is.
up, you were like out of breath, and it's like after it's done, it's kind of like, whew, that did not feel like a regular board game. You're tired. It's not the game people want when they want to just sit around, talk a little bit, and play something chill. Like after a long week of work, they don't want to be like, oh no, hurry up, hurry. I love that, but like not enough people I play games with normally like it. But it's been a while, so I need to bring it back.
Yeah. If That's a good question. What games would be in my top 10 if, the right things happened? Like we did last year, we did a Formula D tournament,
Hmm.
and that was so much fun. And the game ranked, I don't know, high. I remember it was in my top 50. And I was like, if I was to do this, all the time, race every track, count for first place, you get 5 points, second place, 4, third place, 3, fourth place, 2, five place, 1, 0 points if you don't finish at all, if you crash and burn. And then you go by a point system, so someone who finished consistently second the whole time may end up winning the game because first place, posted third and fifth in the other two races. So it kind of balances out. I had so much fun. My nephews were having fun until I made an unbelievable comeback. But it's their fault. They got too greedy on some of the turns and crashed. But that would be a game that would definitely be higher on my list, I think. And I think Zombies, if I was back to playing that more regularly, I don't, but would I have given the shot? There's so many games. I just don't want to be playing the same game every chance I get. But I have a feeling if I was to play that more, it'd go up higher. That's a good question, though. What games would I have? Because Escape is definitely one for me. Alhambra is definitely one for me that'd probably be higher if I could play it more.
Luxor would be one for me.
Which
I
one?
love that game. Luxor. I love
Oh,
that
okay.
game.
the light up game.
No,
Oh,
Luxor the
Luxor
Queen
by
game.
Queen Game.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that would be a good one.
that's a
I'm trying to
great
think of
game.
what else would be good. I mean, I don't know. I'd have to think about it. But I know there's other games out there that if I were to play more, I'd probably rank it higher. I mean, just depends. But I mean, that's kind of how I rank games. Sometimes if they get played a whole lot, they've got to make it up high. If they've been played a whole lot. But there are certain games that I love that no one else loves. That oh well, oh I know now that I said that. Flashpoint Fire Rescue. No one
Oh,
likes no one likes co-ops. I love that little firefighter game. Now here's the good news. I played it with my little girls because it is a co-op. I have to be alpha gamer and tell them what to do, but we play the game. And the girls right now they're on this We Love Firemen kick. So we've been having fun playing that one.
hmm.
But if more people love that game, oh man, sky's the limit on where that could go.
Yeah, I don't know what else would be on that list for me. I feel like
Like I said, my shelves are over here. I'd have to look through them and everything,
yeah,
but
you're downstairs.
I'm sure there's certain games that I know there's games that I love that other people don't, and if they loved them a little bit more, if I could get them to the table a little bit more or whatnot, I'd probably enjoy it more, or it'd probably be ranked higher. but but I know Flashpoint Fire Rescue would be on there because no one wants to play that co-op with me, and I do. I love it. I think Catan, Catan for the first time wasn't in my top 100.
You got the 3D one, right?
No, I didn't get it.
I thought
I'm
you
hoping
did.
they'll come out with the last two 3D expansions, though I know they never will. Like the Traders and Barbarians and Explorers and Pirates.
Yeah, didn't they? They announced they're doing another one.
No.
Yeah, they have.
Are they
two.
combining those just like the other one, the Seas and Knights and Seafarers? They combine those two, or they combine the other? If so, I'm going to have to buy them.
Let me look.
Let me see this.
Because I swear I just saw something talking about like this again, and I thought to myself, "Dang, I don't have the Seafarers expansion yet, and they're already ready to do another one." Where did I read it?
Oh no, I haven't seen that.
How about I do? Crap. Me at 2020.
I only see one expansion for it, and that's the Seafarers and Seas and Knights one. And I was told at the time, I was told they probably wouldn't do another one because Traders and Barbarians and whatever Explorers and Pirates weren't as big. But if they made it for the other ones, they should make it for all of them, all the base expansions. And if they did, I will have to go bankrupt buying them because I think that game's amazing. But I don't get to play that game that much because no one really likes Catan anymore.
Gotcha. It was something else from Catan. They got New Energies is coming out. That's a new Catan.
Oh yeah. I'm not interested in that one. But
No, why
if
not?
they were to make a 3D version of Traders and Barbarians is my favorite. I love every module except for the camel one. I think the camel one's okay. I don't hate it, but all the other ones are so much fun.
What don't you like about New Energies?
It just doesn't interest me. But the
Looks
anything to
wild.
do with those base expansions, that's what I want. But I'll be
Oh,
honest,
I get you.
when Amazon put them, I remember I text you, they put them on for Black Friday, $109. I was like, don't
That's
do it, And I don't know. I would be tempted to press the button again if given the shot, but I want to have the other base expansions in my collection.
Yeah,
And then I don't even care. I think those 3D. I think that 3D version. You have the first one, right? It looks so good.
It's
so good.
It's so good.
But we just don't play it anymore. Like I said, my gaming group, one girl hates the game. And the other one, he has his own copy, so he didn't want to play that. So, but that game would definitely be ranked higher if more people could play it because I still love it. That's one of those modern classics that I love.
Yeah, that's up there. That's up there for me. It's been a while, but I've had so many great memories. Like we played that game 48 hours straight once. There's a story to that, but not today.
every January, we used to have something called Catanathon, where every Saturday in January we would just sit there and play Catan all day long. This is back before I had kids, and we would play Catan. They get there that morning, we'd play all the way to the evening, and then come back on Saturday. We play all the expansions, all the mini expansions. But I remember I called it Catanathon, and it was, oh man, that was a great group of people. We play all the time. But it used to be at one time a top 10 game for me because it was so much fun. Now we were playing it all the time, and now, of course, like I said, it hurt my feelings to drop it out of my top 100. Because
that feels crazy. That's wild.
Say what?
I said, wow, it's not top 100 worthy. That's crazy.
Last year it won the top 100 game. And I knew it because I'd only played it once, and it was and she wasn't happy because she hates the game. So she kept complaining about how boring and dull this game is. And her husband had never played it, which is why she was allowing the game to be played. So it only got played once. with one of the players not really caring about the game, just talking about how much she hates the game.
Oh
So
yeah, that's not good.
not only did it get played once, which is almost a death nail to be out of my top 100, but have that kind of sour experience. Um, but yeah, I'm looking up now. I pulled up now. It used to be number 8, and then went to number 10, and then it dropped. It was in the 40s for a few years. It went up to the top 20 in a few years. Dropped. It was 50 the year before. Still a top 50 game, but
I don't know how
last
you're
year I
still
didn't get to play
playing
it all at
regular.
all.
I don't know how you're still
Say
playing
what?
regular Carcassonne. You need those cool ones, man. Star Wars Carcassonne is so
No,
crazy.
I'm sure it's great, but man, the regular Carcassonne and all the expansions and stuff like that, that is just so cool to me. It is so cool to me. We have played the heck out of some Carcassonne. I'll be honest, I played a lot of Carcassonne this year. I have stopped.
Huh.
Even my gaming group bought a copy and a few expansions. Now they know which expansions to buy because they played them all with me. So they bought the expansions they love the best. So now I'm kind of worried, can I get it out as much? But I did get a lot of plays in the first 3 months of the year.
Traders is a good one too because you set up camping grounds and make gold. It's so there's two that I just love. It's that one and the Star Wars because you can roll dice and fight people for parts of the galaxy. That's hilarious. Like way to like just be better than your opponent by rolling better and say, yeah, I'm gonna need to hold on to this whole planet. That's so
Oh
good.
man. No, I'm sure the different versions are fun too, but base Carcassonne, we had so much fun. There are so many ways to score. The game has so many iterations of it, even some of the mini promos that I bought. Some were great, some were not so good, but a lot of them, all of them we had fun with. And like I did that mini expansion review, that huge mini expansion review, and just watching that again just a few weeks ago, I was like, man, I need to play some more Carcassonne. But
It's a
I'm
good
not right now because I do need to get some other. I do want to get some other games off the shelf and start playing. And since my gaming days are limited these days, I got to make each game count that's coming off that shelf. So
He'll bounce
I've
back.
got some great. You've got reviews coming up.
I do. I even made
Now the question is, are they really going to happen?
They have already happened. So the answer to that is yes. It's a matter of what day I decide to release it. So
That's weird. Oh, okay. I was about to say because I subscribed to your channel and I didn't get a
yeah,
reminder about that, but that's okay.
because I wanna be better about doing more content because I mean, and I've said this a bunch of times here when people hear me chat about it. While I haven't been doing the channel, I have played more games than I've ever played when I was doing the channel, which
That's
is surprising to me because I almost had to force myself to play them throughout the week because I was still new. Like my collection had a standpoint, and I was trying to find new vintage games, and it became harder to play everything. But now I just hang out 20 games in like a game night. It's crazy. So.
Oh wow.
Did you finish painting? I saw the one you painted, but it was quite a while ago. Not yet. I have painted a lot of the ones I love. I haven't finished painting them all yet. One of them I'm too scared to paint because I don't know how to paint Mechanic yet because he's clear. His body's clear and all looks sick. But I've painted a good amount of them, but I haven't painted them all. I have played the games. The Europe one wasn't as exciting as I thought it was gonna be. It felt real heavy, and I was like, "Man, that's not what I want from a game that's like childhood." Because I want more people to play it with me. So it's kind of hard to get people to play that one. The Simon one is really fun, but it doesn't have the same thematic feel I feel that the Europe one has. But they had the most characters, so I painted only those ones. But it's
Well, on my channel, I'll be reviewing a reprint of a game I just bought
oh,
last year. Loved the game. Was blown away when I realized I forgot they were reprinting it, and the reprint is so gorgeous and so beautiful. And they kind of made it a little, they put some extra strategy around it, and it's just the perfect game. And then, of course, I am going to review the 10th anniversary edition. Just kind of talk about you know, the extra expansion, you know, But I do want to play that. And I know in town 2 other people who bought this game. One guy bought it and he's never played it before. He was just a Firefly fan.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
another guy bought it, and he was the one who originally brought the game to me years ago when it first came out, and we played it together. And we had a ton of fun. And we keep talking and I do need to have him over so we can play together. Or just go over to his house one night because he doesn't live that far from me either. He just lives a few blocks down the road from me.
I need to watch the show. I have not seen the show yet. Firefly. I've not watched it yet. I need to watch that first.
Well, I mean, it won't take long.
Oh, I know.
It's short. But I'll be honest, it is a beautiful pick up and deliver game. But let me tell you something. If you will use my house rule, you'll love the game even more. The house rule is you can only do 2 actions on a turn, and you can't do the same one twice. That's a stupid rule. It slows down the game. It doesn't make any sense. Why, if I perfectly planned, dropping off 2 packages on the same planet, why can't I drop both off on if I had 2 actions in one turn? Why couldn't I do that? No, you deliver one and then you have to just, I don't know, shop, waste one, because you don't want to leave the planet because you coordinated 2 trips from 2 different planets to the same destination to help you save time. But all that good planning did was make you waste more time. So you picked up at the same planet twice on 2 different orders going somewhere else. But you can only pick up if that's your first turn there as a pickup, you can't pick up again. Yeah, you can, and you can travel twice because a billion times this game will stop you from traveling or give you an opportunity to do some salvaging, which you should always do because there's big points there, unless you're in a rush to score. The game is just fantastic. The only thing you can't do twice is work on a planet. Work gives you like $200 or something. But no one ever in the history of me playing that game has ever taken that action of working. Basically, you just get $200. And they only did that if someone's too stupid with their money and runs out of money. Which shouldn't happen unless you're really ignorant.
That's real life right there.
Say what?
I said that's real life right there. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but maybe so. But the game is, every time I play this game, I think, is it true? Because it's almost always been in my top 5. Almost always. And I keep thinking, Matt, is this really a top 5 game? It's pick up and deliver. To be honest, you're adding on specializations to your ship, to your crew, so that makes it different. And there's a big deck of jobs to choose from. So the games will be a little bit, and there's different scenarios you can play too. But every time I play it, I was like, is this really going to be a top 10 game again? And then after I'm done playing, I'm like, yep. Lovely game.
Terror Below. That's my favorite pick up and deliver. That's another game. If I played more, it'd be way higher on my list. And that's also a game Matt has to play because it's basically Tremors, the board game. I really don't get how he's never played.
Kelly, do you have Terror Below? I told Kelly I will play anything that he wants to bring. I'd like to bring some stuff too, but I will play. I will play anything he sets before me.
Yeah, Terror Below. I didn't expect to enjoy it, but I just loved the design, like how the artwork looked. So I sat down at that convention and I immediately bought it. I didn't even have to think twice about it. I was just like, this is crazy. This is the worm, bro. We were always fighting the worm.
Okay, I've never played Merchants of Venus. So if we want to play that one, I've never played it. That's what's his name from the Dice Tower? That's his favorite one. The announcer guy. That's his favorite game is Merchants of Venus. Zaya I have played, and it looks cool, but it seems too finicky for me. Meaning it seems there's too many rules that slow down the game. I have played Zaya. It wasn't terrible, but and when I saw the game, the tiles, the ships look beautiful. The metal triangular coins. I mean, it looks very thematic, and you get to, build onto your ship and stuff. But Okay,
Mm.
I'll try it. I'll try it.
I hate it when expansions have to make games better. That makes me sad.
Well,
We run
at
into this a lot though. There are games that you're just happy the expansion exists because the game is really good secretly. But it shouldn't be that way.
I hate to sound um, what pessimistic, but I don't believe that. Unless you
Legends,
can
what does
point me
that
in the
mean?
direction, I don't believe that. I'd love
Oh,
to. I
oh
just
wait, the
don't believe
original films? You mean the original films?
it. No, no, the old storyline. I'd love to
Yeah.
believe that, but I don't.
Yeah,
I would
from
have gotten
the
a million texts by now.
wait, from the original film series, right?
Kinda, yeah, from the original books and stuff
Oh, I thought you meant
is what he's talking
continuation
about
from
there.
the original movies.
But just to your
They
point
didn't.
about expansions making the game better, there are certain expansions that do make a game better. And my number one game, Twilight Imperium, I always played third edition until the expansion to fourth edition came out. And when I forced people to play fourth edition, and they, complain and moan. And then why can't we just play third? Third's better. And so we played third edition still, even though I had the brand new fourth edition. But when Prophecy of Kings came out, that was it. And I held on. I just recently traded it off, but I was holding on to Twilight Imperium 3 for the longest because I thought maybe one day I'll come back and play one more game for old time's sake. No, the expansion made it better. Viticulture, you cannot play that game without Tuscany. Tuscany is beautiful.
But there's a difference between a game that's bad without the expansion and just like I hate games like and there are games like that that exist and I know I'm guilty of owning some because the expansion just makes it so crazy. I can't think off the top, but
I
yeah.
wouldn't say Zaya is a bad game, but
Oh
you're
yeah, yeah.
right.
I was just
I didn't think but you're right. I didn't think much of it. So if expansion makes it better, but then again,
Kelly has TI third just in case. That's hilarious.
that's funny. You still have? Do you have the expansions too? Because we always wanted to play shards of the is it called Shards of the Empire? It's the scenario where you get to play as the Lazax,
I
and
need
we
to
just never
I need
did.
to get that group together, that TI4 group that's in this area, because been itching. I've been itching to play.
Hold on, I'm looking through my list of games to see if I know of an expansion that totally revolutionizes a game. Because that's a
Every
good question.
I don't even know if I can count
Well,
Queen
well,
Gaming.
no, Istanbul is a good game. The expansion makes it better.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Istanbul is it's such a it shouldn't be that pretty to me, but it's so pretty for some reason. Some
I'll be
weird
honest, until my nephew showed me how to play the game correctly with the expansion, the Magnificent, which I still think, do you have this game?
Oh no, you told me about this. No, I don't.
Yeah. The Snow expansion, which is small, is really big. You have to work hard to get one of the cards, but once you get it, then it opens up the window for so many possibilities. And it is a better game, but the Magnificent is good on its own, so that really doesn't count either. Um,
Queen games, like every
there
Queen
is a
game.
mini expansion for Explorers of the North Sea that if I didn't have, Explorers of the North Sea would not be in my top 100, maybe.
Hmm.
Man, it's hard to do. I'm looking through these just to see if there's any other ones in here.
Everything games. Kelly says
Well,
Invasion's expansion for Orleans changes it to co-op. I guess the difference is that Orleans base is great to start.
you know what? I have that one. I have Invasion. Kelly, none of my gaming group, they all hate co-op. They all hate co-op. They go, all right, unless it's Project Elite, where they get to fire at aliens. Then they love co-op.
And they
But
don't like escape? What's wrong with them?
I cannot get a co-op. That's why the only co-op game I have is Flashpoint Fire Rescue and Project Elite now. All my other co-ops are gone. I'm just never going to play them. But I refuse to give up Flashpoint because I think it's such a great game. But I do have Invasion. It has never been play except for the other that board that can come and replace the board from the base game. I put that in every time. I think it was in that expansion. But
Yeah, I don't like co-ops as much because it's always the smartest player telling everyone else what to do, and it stops becoming we do our own thing. And
okay, in
Return to
that
Dark
case,
Tower
yeah.
doesn't have the issue.
Okay, there's one game we talked about, Celestia. I think I would never play without a little help. You have to have that expansion pack in there. It makes the game so much better. But to your
Fair.
point, it's
I
still a good
enjoyed it.
game. It's
Yeah,
still a good game. But
yeah.
I
I
will
played it a
never
lot
play
before the
without a little
expansion,
help. Say
but I
what?
agree. I said I played it a
Yeah.
lot without the expansion, but I agree. Agree.
No, I shuffle all 3 expansions in there and the promo cards. But the third expansion, I don't need it. It doesn't show me. I mean, yeah, it gives you other cards. It lets you do other things. But it's, you can take it or leave it. Sagrada. Well, Sagrada as a base game was great. But
Fireball
all the
Island is a great base game,
all the
but I wouldn't
expansions
play
in
it.
the last one were good. Say what?
Fireball Island's great base game, but I wouldn't play it without at least the bees because that thing's crazy.
Oh, the flying tiger killer bees thing.
Bees, so good.
Yeah, one that let me look down here. Let me look down my list. Neptune by Queen Games. That's one that without the Queenies, I wouldn't have my collection anymore. The Queenies just add different strategy to the game and fix what could be a very broken game. In fact, shame on them for not including them in every base game, or the game probably would have been popular today. That was back in the day when they sold the Queenies separately, or they only gave them away during Kickstarter.
What about that church game that you
Say
like
what?
so much? What about the church game you like of theirs so much? What is that called? Where you paint the church or
Oh,
something?
Fresco. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
How about that
Fresco is
without a
good as a
single?
base game
Is
with
it?
the expansions. It, it
Okay.
is it is better. Um, Templar Knights of the Hidden Temple or whatever. Without the Queenies, I'd have gotten rid of that game a long time ago. But with the Queenies, it's a magnificent game. We played that not too long ago.
Hmm.
Shoot, that's a great one. Um, let me look through here. I'm trying to find something to your point because you're right. Usually the game is good on its own. The Queenies don't. I mean, I'm looking at other Queenies here too that help out the game, but expansions alone.
But yeah, a game that is only carried by its expansion. I could probably say Everdell but like it's still not good to me. but it is arguably a lot more interesting and pretty.
Yeah, looking all. I mean, Wingspan just really adds just extra birds. It's not really.
I can never
You're
play.
not gonna change your mind on Wingspan playing the expansions.
I'm just not gonna play Wingspan. They should have took that license deal that everybody's been making their own version of and just made it Pokemon themed. That would have been sick. Yo,
I mean,
capturing Pokemon, that'd be so sick.
shoot, that vintage game Roller Coaster Tycoon, that should be Disney World. That should be a Disney World game. It would sell like hotcakes. You're bidding for the Haunted Mansion, Big Thunder Mountain, the Dumbo ride. I mean,
Yeah,
come
that game
on.
that would feel too personal though. It's like you wouldn't be trying to win, you'd be trying to create your favorite theme park.
Pirates of the Caribbean. I mean, and you would just place it in the regular places, but place your little icon next to it. Dude, that thing would just that would help get Disney out of the red as a company if they made that into a board game.
I
Oh,
don't know.
XCOM. I remember this game. Wasn't that one of the first app games for a board
Hmm.
game? I remember this coming out at Gen
Mm.
Con years ago when I first went. I've not played that one. Kelly, we need to
Hmm.
get you on here next time. You can give us your top 10.
Oh yeah.
I'm interested. But
Agree.
anyway, all right. I
I
guess
need
we're
to do
done.
my I need to do my
Say
top
what?
list. I need to do my top
Your top
100.
list. That's right.
It's
Top
new.
100. Get at it.
Entirely.
Inquiring minds want to know.
It's entirely new
And
now.
that's happening. It's happening, Kelly. I promise you. We planned these things, Kelly, so last minute. It was literally 5 minutes before we went live that I called him and said, "Hey, do you want to go on the stream?" He's like, "Sure." So Vintage Voltron is off the cuff, baby. We don't plan nothing. But you know what? The next one, you're getting a text message invite where you can say, "Matt, you're crazy. I can't possibly drop what I'm doing in the next 5 minutes." Sure, I'm in.
Yeah.
Because you think this is crazy. You should have heard us talking backstage. But anyway, all right, we'll stop it there. Hey, thank you for watching it and for watching Vintage Voltron. We'll be back this summer. I don't know. I would, in all seriousness, I would like to have Kelly on. I would like to have John. I would love. John, you're a man that I need to talk to again, sir. I've not seen you in a dog's age. This is a really good guy there. Really great guy. John, I have a buddy of mine. He is in Australia right now, considering if he's going to live there or not. Please, I hope so. If I will work around your time zone to make it happen.
Send him pictures of the bugs.
Bruce works 80 hours a week. I mean, possibly that's you too, but yeah. But anyway, all right, we'll try to make it more common because I would like to get him back on. I am serious. I'd like to have Asdrubal back and Luke and everyone. I really would like to just hang out with them. But to do that, we have to plan.
That one's them just because of them with the time zone.
Yeah, I mean, he's all West Coast. Luke's all London. We can't get everyone to get your East Coast. I mean, jeez.
But I'm a night owl.
Everyone should just move here, next door to me.
Yeah, where all the storms are. Way to go.
Oh,
good plan. Good plan.
Baloney. But anyway, all right, folks. We'll see you next time. You got to check out Tabletop Island because I heard they may be pumping out new games there. I'll be the first one to celebrate if it happens, but it's not going to happen. No, I'm kidding.
My first video is funny, so be prepared.
Okay. I'll be ready. I'll be shocked and prepared. But anyway, folks, we'll see you later.